I very much am still in my reading slump. I think I'm probably gonna DNF it because I really just don't care. I don't care about these characters. I'm not interested. I am not having a good time reading it. Like, it's honestly very boring to me. Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So this is Reading Slump Diaries number 3. So unfortunately I am still in my reading slump. In my last couple of videos I was very optimistic. I was like, oh, I feel like I am getting out of my reading slump, but I very much am still in my reading slump, hence the 3rd episode of my Reading Slump Diaries series. And so in this video, I'm only going to be reading romance because that is pretty much the only thing that I can get through right now. So that's what I'm going to be reading in this video, is strictly romance. I might try and see about throwing a romantasy in here if I'm in the mood for that. So basically it'll be a mood reading vlog, but since I'm in a slump, it'll probably mostly be romance. And then we'll see about throwing in a fantasy or a romantasy here and there. But the first book that I am going to be starting is one that I've actually already started. So that is going to be Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. So I'm about 40% into this right now. I am currently on page 180, which is the start of chapter 22. So this is the first book that I'm going to be picking up in this video, even though I'm already like nearly halfway through it. But this is my in-person book club pick for the month of June, and it is July 5th currently. And I have about 6 days to finish this. I think that I can finish it tonight if I just sit down and like really lock in. So that is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and sit down, lock in, and finish this book tonight. I'm really enjoying this book. I love Kennedy Ryan's books and her writing, so I feel like it's not going to be that hard for me to sit down and read this book. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of take you guys along with me over the next like few days or so of me just doing some reading. It is currently Saturday right now, and I don't know how long this vlog will last. I have no clue, so it'll just be a few days. We're gonna hang out, do some reading, hopefully get out of this reading slump that I'm in. So I am about to go take my contacts out because my contact is really starting to bug my eye, and then I'm gonna go sit on the couch, get cozy, and knock out Can't Get Enough. I don't know what I'm gonna read other than this in this video, so I don't know. I have my whole entire July TBR to choose from, so we'll see. And yeah, also too, sorry about the like delay in the timeline of the videos. Like, they're very like weird because I like would do some filming, and then because I'm in a reading slump, like it's hard for me to continue reading when I'm like not wanting to read anything, but I'm also like not really trying to film if I'm not reading. And then I have like some clips for videos that I've filmed, but then there's like hardly any b-roll because I'm like having a hard time reading, and I'm like, if I'm not picking up a book, then I'm barely picking up the camera, and it's just been like a whole thing. So I really appreciate you guys for like sticking with me, because I know these last couple videos have been a little struggle. They've been like, we've been struggling, but hopefully I'm in a kind of a reading mood, a little bit more of a reading mood than I have been in. Definitely still slumping, but I am in the mood to pick up the camera. I'm in the mood to vlog. I want to talk to you guys. I have missed you. I literally, today is like the first day that I posted a video in like 3 weeks, and like I've missed talking to you guys. So I'm so happy to be talking to you again. Like, I am ready to read some books, talk to you guys about them. And yeah, so with that being said, I am going to go take my contacts out and get back reading Can't Get Enough. And obviously I will let you guys know my thoughts, but as of like almost 50% in, I'm like absolutely loving this book. I'm loving it. I feel like it's going to be a definitely like solid mid to high 4-star, maybe could even be a 5-star. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm absolutely loving this book. So I'm going to get to reading, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so as you guys can see, I went and put my glasses on, and I am now on the couch. I ate some dinner, and now I'm ready to lock in and read some more of this evening. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm really enjoying this book. So this book is following Hendrix, and Hendrix is childless by choice. She is very like career focused, very career motivated, and she is basically like the rich auntie. Like she doesn't have any kids, she's not married, like it's just her. And she is also dealing with a sick parent, so she is the partial caretaker for her mother who has Alzheimer's, and she is partially taking care of her mother alongside her aunt. And so she's kind of going back and forth between Atlanta and South Carolina. She's trying to essentially like be present with her mom, but also like still taking on the responsibilities of her job and everything that she has to do in her day-to-day life. And in walks Maverick, and when she meets Maverick, he is actually in a relationship, but the relationship is over. Like him and the woman that he is in a relationship with know that the relationship is over. However, she is still very much like in love with him and doesn't want it to be over. And it's hard because Hendrix and this woman are also co-producers on a show together, so there is like work involved with this woman that's clearly in love with Maverick, who is now the love interest of this book. And this is very slow burn, but I'm not mad at it at all. I'm still really enjoying it, even though it is so slow burn, because the way that Kennedy Ryan writes these characters, they're so like deep and they're so three-dimensional that you barely even notice that there is no romance happening, and it's so slow that it just feels so natural. And I'm really enjoying watching them fall for each other while they're also still kind of they're trying to deny the fact that they want each other because of their circumstances. And Maverick can relate to Hendrix because his grandfather also suffered with dementia, so he kind of knows what she's going through and is very like sympathetic towards her and very like understanding and caring, and just feeling like he has been in that same boat in a sense. And so it's nice to see them kind of relating on something that not every person goes through. And so yeah, I don't know. Plus it helps that he is like super ultra mega rich and can like spoil the heck out of her, and like I'm eating that up. I'm like really enjoying this. So I am going to sit here right now and read some more. I am probably gonna go put my camera on the charger for a little bit while I do a little bit of reading, and I'll update you guys again here in a little bit before I go to bed. So yeah, I'm gonna go put my camera on the charger and I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, so it is 10:39, 10:40, and I am putting Can't Get Enough down for the night. I was gonna try and see if I could finish this, but this book is a lot longer than I thought. So I am on page 255, which is the start of chapter 31. This book is over 400 pages, so I still have close to 200 pages left in this book before I am finished with it. So I'm probably going to see about getting up in the morning and finishing it, and then putting on an audiobook while I work on some homework tomorrow as well. But for now, I'm going to bed. We have gotten to the point now where they are exploring their relationship, deciding that they are going to try and have a relationship, even though there are some outside factors that might be kind of against them in that aspect. So I'm definitely interested to see how they are going to go about it and how they're going to handle things moving forward, and what the conflict will be with Zaire and everyone finding out and everything like that. So I'm definitely interested to see where this is going to go, but I am about to start getting ready for bed. So that is my update for today. I am probably going to update you guys again in the morning, and probably once I end up finishing Can't Get Enough. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good night. Hello, good morning. So it's Sunday now and I am just sitting here. I made some oatmeal, so I'm going to eat this, and then I've also got Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. So I'm going to sit at the bar while I eat and read some of this. So obviously I have not read any more since last night, but I'm on page 255, which is the start of chapter 31. So I'm going to be reading this while I eat for the next like few minutes. So I am really enjoying this. I'm really into this, so I am excited to continue on. And yeah, so my next update will probably be once I finish this book. Okay, so it is now a little bit later. It's now 2:30 p.m. and I finished Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. So I really enjoyed this book. I am going to end up rating this book 4.5 stars. I had such a good time reading this, and I really enjoyed the way that the story ended up, and I really liked the way that Hendrix handled the kind of conflict with Zaire and the whole like dating her ex kind of situation. I also really enjoyed kind of the commentary on the racial injustices of like Black women in businesses, and how it's so much harder for Black women to start their own businesses, and how the system is kind of set up more like leaning towards white men. And I feel like there was really good discussion about that in this book, and I really liked the way that it was handled. And honestly, this book was just so well written. I really enjoyed, obviously, of course, the friendship aspects. I will say I felt like we were missing quite a bit of those friendship aspects that we got in the first book in the series compared to this third one, which granted, there was a lot going on in this with her constantly having to travel from Atlanta to North Carolina. I know I said South Carolina earlier, but North Carolina, and to go be with her mom. And then with Maverick obviously also being this like tech mogul, almost billionaire, and he's like going on work trips a lot, and they're just kind of like traveling. So she wasn't really home in Atlanta very often to kind of foster some of the friendships that we have seen between Soledad and Yasmin as much. The little bits that we did get were so fun. I really enjoyed, and I love the kind of full circle moment of Hendrix and what kind of happened between Zaire and how she ended up in the end. Like everything kind of worked itself out, and it ended up working out the way that it was supposed to, and I really enjoyed that. And yeah, all around this book was just so good. Like I just love Kennedy Ryan's writing, and I feel like she is now an auto-buy author for me. Like I will be reading more books from her backlist. I recently just bought the first book in the Hoop series, so I am hoping to check that book out soon. But now that I'm finished with this one, I am ready for book club on Friday, so that's good. And I am actually gonna get up and start working on some homework, and I'm gonna pick the next book that I'm gonna start. I have a couple of audiobooks that I got from the library, as well as I have a few credits that I can use on Everand and even Libro FM. So we will see what I decide to go with. I have an idea of what I'm thinking, but I'm gonna run to the office and see what's kind of calling me. I feel like there's 2 books that I am thinking about. So yeah, I think I'm gonna decide to go with, I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, off to do some homework and do some more reading, I guess, while I'm doing my homework. So that's where I'm at, and I will update again a little bit later. We're gonna go ahead and cue the montage of me doing homework and starting a new book. Okay, so I've done my kind of like initial setup of getting ready to start doing homework, but I wanted to talk about the book that I ended up picking. So I decided to go with Left of Forever by Tara DeWitt. This is on my TBR for July, so I figured I would pick this one up. I decided to grab the audiobook of this from Libro FM, so I will be listening to this while I am working on my homework. I was torn between this one and P.S. I Hate You by Lauren Connolly, but that one was just giving sadness, sad energy, because I think it was like two people who have lost someone and they're going on this cross-country road trip, and I don't need sad at the moment, so I'm hoping that this one will be what I'm looking for. Plus this one is a little bit on the shorter side compared to P.S. I Hate You, and I am wanting to pretty much just be able to listen to something that'll be a little bit more lighthearted and a little bit more fun. So this is what I decided to go with. So I am going to run and grab my drink really quickly because I brought my little chips over here, but I forgot to grab my cup. So I'm gonna go grab that, and then I'm gonna put my headphones in and get started listening to Left of Forever and start my first sprint for my homework, because I obviously do my homework in sprints, which is like honestly the superior method on how I continue to get work done, because literally I will do like 45-minute sprints and try and get as much done in that time period as I can, and a lot of times that works for me. So I am going to do my first 45 minutes and hopefully I can get a majority of this stuff done. Obviously I want everything to be done by the time Love Island comes on this evening at 7:35 p.m. So it's currently 2:52, so we've got around 4-ish hours, 4.5-ish hours to finish all of my homework. So fingers crossed that it can get done. It will get done obviously, but hopefully it doesn't take me that long, so that way I can have time to relax. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna go grab my cup and we're gonna get back into doing homework. Hello. Okay, so sorry about the dishwasher going in the back, but I wanted to give the update that I just finished the last assignment that I had to do for my homework. So I'm officially done with this week's homework. So now we've got to start all over again tomorrow, but so I'm officially finished. And I was listening to Left of Forever while I was doing my homework, and I made it to chapter 20, which is page 170. So I'm around like 50-ish% into this book. I do not think I will read any more of this evening. I might read a little bit for the next few minutes while I'm waiting on my friend to come over, because we are going to be watching Love Island tonight. She finally caught up, so she is coming over and we're having a little Love Island watch party. And so I have a few minutes until she gets over here. Love Island starts in a little bit under an hour, so I might just do a little bit of reading until she gets here. Like I said, I made some pizza rolls for dinner, so this is what I'm eating because I wasn't super hungry, so I didn't want to like cook anything. So very like simple, easy, quick, small dinner. And yeah, so figured I would give the update on my reading progress. I'm enjoying this so far. I am liking that it's not past and present. I was a little nervous that this would be like past and present because it is a second chance, but it's not at all. And I feel like we're getting a very clear picture of what happened in the past without having to have flashbacks, which I'm really enjoying, because if you know me, you know that I don't love second chance romances because I hate when there's like flashback chapters. Like, it's just not something that I enjoy. And when a second chance romance can give me this feeling that I need and want to continue to root for this couple without having to dive back into the past by a flashback, then I really like that. So I am really enjoying that about this book. And it's like definitely fun to see them like dropping Sam off at college, because you met Sam in the first book because he had kind of a little romance kind of with, I think her name's Indy, who is the main male character's like niece when they like moved to Spoons and all of that. But yeah, it's been so fun reading this so far. And yeah, so that is my update on this. I am probably going to continue this tomorrow if I had to guess, but I might end up starting something else since I do not have this on ebook, but I do have it on audio, so I might just listen to it tomorrow while I'm at work. We'll see what the vibes are, how I'm feeling. And yeah, but I thought I'd give that update. I'm going to clean up my homework and stuff, pack my backpack to get ready to go to work tomorrow, and get Love Island and the TV and everything kind of situated. And yeah, so with that being said, I probably won't talk to you guys again tonight, but I will more than likely talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello, happy Monday. So I have a bit of a reading update, which is really good. I actually finished a book. I finished Left of Forever by Terry DeWitt. I don't know where my book is, so I don't have a copy to hold up for you right now, but I did finish this book. I ended up giving it 3.75 stars. I enjoyed it. I feel like I didn't love it as much as I feel like a lot of people do, but it was a fun time. I had a good time traveling with them and watching them like rekindle their relationship, and so that was enjoyable. I feel like I will continue on if there are going to be more books in the series, because I feel like they're just such good palette cleansers. So excited about that, enjoyed that. I will say that the book felt very short to me. Like I felt like the road trip back was a lot shorter than the lead up to the road trip, so I guess that was something that I found a problem with the book. But like the writing was fine, the storyline itself was fine, like everything was just like fine. And yeah, so 3.75 stars to that. And then I ended up starting The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, because I got this from the library for one, and for two, in my aardvark book box for July, the second book in I guess this like companion series is what I picked for my book of the month. And reading this, I was able to listen to 45% of it while I was at work, and honestly I think I'm probably going to DNF it, because I really just don't care. I don't care about these characters. I'm not interested. I am not having a good time reading it. Like it's honestly very boring to me. Like I'm just not having a good time. It's very like cozy romance, and it's just not, it's not for me. Like I'm just really not enjoying this. It's giving very much like Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, and I did not really like that book. And so because this is very similar to that, like I'm just not really liking this book. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to DNF it at 45%. I literally just do not care. And since I'm in a reading slump, I feel like I need to DNF in order to climb my way out of said reading slump. So I'm not sure what I'm going to pick up next. Part of me is thinking either Problematic Summer Romance or The Wrong Game. And then I also have a couple of books from the library on my Kindle that I can pick up. I have Bag Borrower Still by Sarah Adams, which I've kind of had my eye on, so that is an option as well. But I did just get home from work, like I think I mentioned earlier. If I did, then I said it again, but if not, then I just got home from work. So I am about to make some dinner and take a shower and everything, and I'm gonna sit down. I had a goal of 8 homework problems to do today. I have 1 left to work on, so I am going to work on that. And then while I'm doing that, I'm planning on listening to an audiobook, and I will then be watching Love Island later tonight at around 7:35. So I'm going to go make dinner now, then I'm going to do my homework, shower, get ready to watch Love Island, and hopefully while I'm doing all of that, I will be listening to an audiobook. So with that being said, that's my update for now. I will talk to you guys again probably a little bit later. I'll see about possibly doing a like cooking montage. We'll see how I'm feeling. And yeah, so that's my update for now, and I will talk to you guys again a little bit later. Hello. Okay, so I have eaten dinner, I've showered, I've done my homework, and now I am getting ready to watch Love Island. It comes on in probably about 20-ish minutes. And so I've just been reading. I've been listening to the audiobook while I've been running around doing things, and I'm gonna go sit on the couch and do some more reading. But I decided to start Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. So I am borrowing this from my library, the audiobook and the ebook, and I'm doing like a tandem read situation with the audio and the e, which is like my favorite form of reading, as you guys probably know by this point. But so far I'm really enjoying this book. I'm currently on page 133, which is 38% into the book, and so far I'm really enjoying it. So we're following Emily and Jack, and they are teachers, and they are rivals, academic rivals, and they have pretty much been competing since the day they met in college. And it's so obvious that Jack is so down bad for Emily, and she just is not giving him the time of day at all whatsoever. So it's definitely interesting seeing their dynamic and them starting to kind of form this sort of friendship that they weren't really expecting. And with Jack moving back to town after moving away to go get married, and then ended up breaking his engagement to then move back to the town. And it's giving small town. It's so fun. It's set in Rome, Kentucky. It's the third book in the When in Rome series. And yeah, it's a fun time. It's very light. It's very easy to read. I really enjoy Sarah Adams' writing. And yeah, I'm just so excited to continue on reading this book. I definitely see myself finishing it pretty soon. I think I'll probably finish it tomorrow if I have time to listen while I work, which I think I should for the most part, probably. But yeah, so I am going to go listen to this some more for the next few minutes while I'm waiting on Love Island to come on, and I'm probably going to get like a little sweet treat or something, so that way while I'm watching Love Island I can have a little sweet treat. But yeah, so that is my update, and I'll probably talk to you guys again tomorrow. I don't see myself updating anymore tonight, but yeah, I just thought I'd give you that quick little update. Hello, happy Tuesday. So I am coming to give a reading update. So I have still been reading Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams, and I'm really enjoying this. And so I think I finished last night at around 43-ish% while I was waiting for Love Island to come on. And then I have been listening to the audiobook a little bit today while I was at work, and since I've gotten home, and I've just been kind of like unwinding from like my work day and whatnot. But it is currently 5:41 p.m. and I am sitting down to read some more, and I'm currently 72% into this book. I definitely see myself finishing this book tonight. I have, of course, like 2-ish hours until Love Island comes on, so I'm going to sit and read for those next 2 hours. And my goal is definitely to finish Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams, so I definitely think that that is possible. And then I'm thinking I might try to start another book as well, but I'm not sure what book that's going to be just yet. So I am feeling like things are starting to look up for my reading slump. I am starting to read some romance books that I'm really enjoying, and I want to keep that momentum going. So I am going to pick my next book once I finish this one and kind of see what kind of mood I'm in. I'm definitely feeling like I am not really hesitating DNFing anything that I'm not liking right now, because I just really want to read and just want to kind of like fall in love with reading again. And so I'm literally just trying to read anything that I can to make me want to pick up a book. So that is what's been happening. I feel like this week so far is going really, really well, even though I did have a DNF, but I have already finished one book. And then of course I read about half of another one and DNF'd it. And then now I am about to finish my second book for the week, which is really, really good. But yeah, so I'm about to lay here for a minute, get comfy, and yeah, just read until it's time for Love Island to come on. I will probably make some dinner a little bit later and call it a night. So I will update you guys again once I finish Beg, Borrow, and Steal, but I'm really, really enjoying this, and I feel like I kind of want to pre-order the next book in the series. I don't currently own any of these books, but I really have liked this book. The first two I thought were just kind of okay, but I'm really enjoying this one. So maybe I will buy a shelf trophy of this one and possibly pre-order the next one. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just having a good time. I'm going to keep reading and I'll update you guys again later once I have finished Beg, Borrow, and Steal. Okay, so I just finished Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams, and I'm giving this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. It was honestly just an all-around good time. I really enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed listening to the audiobook. And yeah, so 4 stars to this. But now I don't know if I'm gonna start another book tonight. So it is currently 7 o'clock. So Love Island is coming on in about 35 minutes, and I am going to warm up some dinner so I can eat, and I'm probably just going to scroll on TikTok for the next 30 minutes before Love Island comes on, and then I'm gonna go to bed right after. So that's probably gonna be my last update for this evening, to let you guys know that I did finish a book today. So that's really, really good. I'm loving that. I will probably start a new book tomorrow. I think that tomorrow and Thursday are probably going to be pretty busy days at work for me, so I don't really know how much reading I'm going to be able to get done. Obviously, you guys know that while I'm at work, I listen to audiobooks for a majority of the day if I'm not super, super busy. So that is how I get a lot of my reading done, and that's how I am able to read as much as I do. And so with that being said, I am not sure if I'm going to be able to listen to anything tomorrow because I am expecting to be away from my desk quite a bit. So we'll see about that, but I might just wait to pick my next read tomorrow morning. But it's also possible that I might decide to go ahead and pick something to start within the next 30 minutes. Probably not though, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna look and see what is available in my Libby holds that I have, and then also too what is available on Kindle Unlimited and see what's there, and also look at my TBR and see if there's anything on my TBR that's currently speaking to me. So yeah, that is my update for now, and I will more than likely talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello, hello, happy Wednesday. So I ended up starting The Wrong Game by Candy Steiner this morning on audio, and this is on my TBR for July. So I'm happy that I'm picking up books that are on my TBR and hopefully getting closer to completing my TBR, but I am somewhere in chapter 6. I don't know exactly where I am in chapter 6, but I am around the 80-ish page mark, 80, 85-ish, between 80 and 90 page mark. And so far I'm enjoying this. This is not the book that I thought it was though. I will say, I thought this book was the book that Candy Steiner has following a football player, but that is actually called Fair Catch, I believe. And this one is the one that is about this woman, and she had bought some season passes to a professional football game to see them all season for every home game, and she had bought them for her husband, and I don't know if there's on the, but she is no longer married anymore. I don't want to say why, because even though that's in the first, like, even though that's in the prologue, I like don't want to spoil it, but she's no longer married. So she has decided that she is going to take a different man to every football game until, you know, the season is over. And it's supposed to be very like fun time, but then she ends up meeting Zach, who is the bartender, and he offers to be her practice round. And of course, Zach and her end up hitting it off, and I'm assuming he ends up being the one. And so I feel like the football jerseys on the front are a little misleading, and the football in the corner here and with them being on the sidelines is a little misleading, but she obviously does have the tickets in her hand, so that is my fault for not reading the description, because as you guys know, I generally do not read descriptions of books when I'm buying them, and I definitely thought this was a football romance, and it isn't, because we don't have a football player. Like, he's a former player, but he never played like professionally or anything. So this isn't exactly like a football romance, but it has like the vibes. So yeah, I am enjoying it so far, what I've read. I definitely am planning on reading some more of this evening. I am about to start kind of winding down for the evening and getting ready to just kind of relax. Since it is Wednesday, there is no Love Island tonight, so I will not be watching that. And so that's my update. I'm gonna see about possibly doing a little bit of homework tonight, and yeah, so that's where I'm at. And I might update you guys again a little bit later, but I'm definitely just planning on sitting down and relaxing. Today was a very rough day at work today. It was a very long day, a very busy day at work. So I'm happy to be home. I'm ready to just relax, wind down, settle in with my book, and just sit on the couch. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna go get some dinner and start winding down for the night, and I will talk to you guys again later. Hello, happy Wednesday. So I have a couple of updates for you guys that I did not tell you about yesterday. So I had quite a big package day yesterday, so a couple of things. The first thing that I ended up getting yesterday was some new lumbar pillows for these chairs in my living room. So these chairs actually came with pillows that matched the backs, like the same tan kind of color, but someone, not saying any names, ate my pillows, so I had to replace them. And since I recently just got this new dark brown rug in my living room, I decided to try to get the same color pillows as the rug, and I think they match pretty well. I feel like they look really good. So those are like a few little home updates that I got for like the house. Obviously, as I'm sure you guys have probably noticed, I have mentioned it, but I did end up getting a new couch, so that is something a little bit different in the living room that I hadn't really talked about. Like, I mentioned it, but I never like really showed you guys it or whatever. So yeah, that's my new couch. I ended up going with a sectional. I wanted something that was bigger than what I had coming from my apartment. And then I also had my Aardvark book club book that came in the mail yesterday, and in that package with the pillows, I actually ended up getting Totally and Completely Fine by Alyssa Sussman. I've never read anything by this author, but I saw this and really liked the cover for one, and I read part of the back and saw that it was like a small town Montana romance. However, when I bought this, I didn't realize that it was going to be past and present, but yeah, I don't generally love past and present timelines in books, so we'll see what I think about this one. But I thought this cover was so cute, and I hadn't seen anybody talking about this, so I got it on release day, which was, well, I guess the day after release day, so on Wednesday, which was yesterday, obviously. And so yeah, I'm super excited to read this one. And then I also got my Aardvark book, which I had told you guys was this book by Sangu Mandana, and it's A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. And as we know, I DNF'd the first book that I read from this author earlier this week, so I am a little disappointed. So I don't know how I'm feeling about this one. I feel like this was not the book that I should have gotten, but you never know. until you like get the books obviously and try to read them. So I might try to read this one. Maybe I'll like this one a little bit better. Maybe I just not in the mood for like cozy type of story right now. So that's why I wasn't like loving that one. But yeah, I thought I would update with the couple of books that I recently just got. And then of course the bookmark that comes with the book in the aardvark box. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this is the bookmark that came with it. It is like a pixelated and it's got like a dark green and then it's like this lighter green on the back and it says, "Be honest, did you see the ending coming?" And so that is like cute and fun. And then of course the like little monthly card that they also send that I usually end up keeping every month anyway. This one is the July 25 member challenge. If you could be transported to the world of one aardvark pig and send 1 hour there, what book and scene would you choose? So that is the back of this. And yeah, so those are my little packages. I did also get 2 sweatshirts in the mail as well. I have already put those in my closet, so I'm probably not going to show them to you, but yeah. And it is 5:50, so I'm going to sit down at the table over here and do some homework, and I'm going to eat some dinner until Love Island comes on at 7:35. It is episode 33, so we're getting close to the end. I am still die hard on the Nicolandria train. I'm so ready for the like families to come, and yeah, so just know Nick and Alandria have my vote, and I do also love Brian and Amaya and Ace and Shelly. And yeah, I don't know. I'm about to do some homework now, eat some dinner, and then settle in for the night, watch some Love Island, and call it an evening. I'm gonna get ready for bed soon too. So yeah, that's my update for now. I feel like my updates have been so very like lackluster. I am going to do some reading while I do some homework, so let me grab the book that I'm reading. So I am still reading The Wrong Game by Candy Steiner, and I don't really know how I'm feeling about this book. I am not loving this book. I will say it's different than I thought it was, and I feel like I told you guys that yesterday, but I don't know. I feel like the main character, Gemma, I feel like she just has so much to work through, and I feel like it's really kind of unfair to Zach, and she's kind of like taking it out on him, which I don't love. But I am on chapter 11. I'm about page 158-ish. These chapters are really, really long, and I am not loving that. So yeah, I feel like that's also kind of hindering my enjoyment of this book, is that I'm just like not loving the fact that the chapters are so long. So I don't know, but like I mentioned, I did have the audiobook from my library, so I am going to listen to this while I am working on my homework this evening. And yeah, at this point I'm just stalling because I really do not want to start it, but if I'm going to do as many problems as I would like to get done today, then I need to go ahead and do it, because I know that come Saturday and Sunday I'm really going to be hating that I'll have to do even more problems. So I'm gonna sit down, try and do as many as I can. I'm gonna try and do at least one 45-minute sprint, maybe 2, or I might do like a 45 and like a 30, because that's the only way that I'm gonna get done, is by like sprinting through it. So that's what I'm about to try. I'm gonna do a 45 and maybe a 30. So I'm gonna try and see how much I can get done in that time. And yeah, so that is my update for now, and I will talk to you guys again maybe later tonight, probably tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really know how long this vlog is gonna go on. It might just go on till Sunday. I know I started it during the weekend sometime, but yeah, so gonna go. Talk to you later. Hello, happy Saturday. So I know that I didn't update you guys yesterday. It was kind of a hectic day. Like yesterday morning, I did end up waking up a little late to go to work, and then when I got to work, it was absolutely crazy. And then by the time I got off work, I had a couple of errands that I had to run before hosting book club last night. So book club was at 6. I got off at 3:30. I didn't make it home from work and my errands that I had to run until 5. So I only had an hour to get everything together for book club. And so yeah, I never actually ended up talking to you guys or like showing you what I set up or anything like that, but it was really fun. It was a great first meeting. So we did go ahead and pick our book for next month, and we have already like scheduled our next meeting, so that is really exciting. We have actually decided to go with a book that I have already read, but I'm probably going to either like reread it or like skim through it to see like what I can remember from it, because I read it back in October of last year. It's 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, so I will be like probably looking through that book and seeing if I can remember things. I mean, I feel like I remember it for the most part, but just to kind of jog my memory. So really excited about that. And now I am sitting down. It's currently 8:51. I am sitting down to do some editing. So I haven't uploaded in like a week at this point. It's been around 7 days since I posted my July TBR. So I wanted to get another video up. I am trying to like start coming back like slowly, because I was like posting every 5 days. And so obviously after a while that starts to get to be a lot, and especially when I'm in a reading slump, so I'm not reading as fast as I normally do, so I'm not cranking out content as fast as I normally do because of the amount that I'm reading. So I'm just trying to like slow things down a little bit, but I do have like quite a few videos in the works, obviously, like this video plus like a few others that I have already like filmed and stuff, plus like one that I'm still actively filming, even though I'm definitely not reading the book for that right now. But yeah, so I am going to sit here and do some editing, and then once I'm done with this, I'll probably take a break to get something to eat, and because I see myself being done with this probably around lunchtime, and then take a break, get something to eat, and then work on some homework, and hopefully can get quite a bit of homework done today, so that way that's less that I have to do tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just gonna be busy in the house today. I want to possibly go to the grocery store some point this weekend. We did just have a new Food City open up near me, so I wanted to go check that out, see what that's like. I heard they have like a hot wing bar and like a pickle jug and like an actual like bar where you can like sit and have a beer or something, like Starbucks in there and everything. So I don't know, but I definitely want to go check it out, see if this is going to be the new grocery store that I go to. I don't know, because it is one of the closer ones to my house. So yeah, because I do kind of live like out of the way, if you will. Like I don't live super in town. Like town is a minimum of 15 minutes away, so I know that's like not far to some people, and I mean honestly it's really not that far, but knowing that you have to drive a minimum of 15 minutes to get to any sort of like civilization is just kind of like, you know. But especially considering like where my apartment was when I lived in it, because that was like literally less than 5 minutes from like the middle of town. So yeah, I don't know, it's just a bit of a drive, and that does kind of suck. But anyway, so I might see about going to check out the new Food City either today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow if I do end up deciding to go. But yeah, so I'm gonna get back to editing, and I'm going to pop in my audiobook of The Wrong Game. Hopefully I can finish it. I'm liking it okay. Like it's not, I don't know, I think because I thought that it was a football romance and it's not, I feel like that's why I have been kind of like hesitant to pick it up, and why I'm not reading it as quickly, even though I am listening to the audiobook. I just am not like loving it. Like it's just okay to me, like it's fine, but I don't really like our main character, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna pop in my headphones and start listening to that, and I'll probably update you guys again once I have either finished the book or finished editing. So that's where we're at right now, and I will talk to you guys again a little bit later.